Hey guys, Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta channel. We're doing paid review. This is AP40. AP40. And before we start that, I invented the wristwatch check on YouTube. So let's do a wristwatch check. I'm wearing a two-tone Daytona, the Maserati blue dial. In some light it's black, in some light it's blue. Just an absolute stunner. Okay, so guys, today I'm doing this is a bit of a follow-up. This is a follow-up to a collector, John, who he just sent me a wonderful paid request. He says this is the guy who he had a superb collection. I will link to it. I will link to his collection so you can see it, so that you can see which person I'm talking about. He says, Paul, thank you for the outstanding review. Appreciate it. Heard you ask me to let you know the watches I sold that went towards the down payment, because he had to sell some pieces. He had a larger collection, but last year he sold some off to use the funds to make a larger down payment on a home. And I said to him, I said, hey, what did you sell off? He goes, heard that you asked me, you'd like to know what watches I sold that went towards the down payment. Here is the list, and and what I recall getting. Some of them were losses. One was a gainer, and one took a massive beating but live and learn. I am also attaching the latest purchase I got today from the AD. It's a 2019 Sky Dweller in white gold. Papers are my name, which I like. Okay, so let's have a bit of a chat. The pieces he did sell off. Okay, so he sold off these are the APs. He had some APs. He had a LeBron Royal Oak Offshore. He got 45,000 smackaroonies. My God, that is a Jesus Christ. That's a lot of money. The thing about these APs is that they can be real shockers. Sometimes you do really well on them. Other times it can be a bit of a disaster. You gotta just be mindful of them. I kind of how do I say this? I kind of think sometimes you just got to be careful. Now I got to be honest with you. Having a look, so 45,000 US smackaroonies. LeBron's there. They're going. Ooh, okay. You may have sold. Well, hey, this is Chrono 24. Having a look on Chrono, they're about 75. But you know, it's a different market. The market has changed. So how would anyone know this stuff here? So the other thing he had was an AP Panda. Gee, that you sold that for 13. Phew. Little bit low. I would have. Very. That's savage. That's a bit. I think that's a bit on the low side there. The other one was the Navy themes, which our good friend Clive has just sold it for 14. Oh, that's a little bit. I think they are a little bit low but you know, it's one of these things. At the time, you needed to get out of them. You kind of sometimes you've just gotta take what you can get there. I think that's probably a little bit low there. But you know, it's one thing to be on Chrono 24. It's another thing to actually get a punter. You know, there's two different things there. You had an AP. This is the Juan Pablo and Monteo. I kind of yeah, okay. Ooh, they've 27 for that. Ooh, this is kind of painful. You had the Alingia. That's let's have a look. How are they? How are they kind of going there? Let's have a look there. 20 you said for that. I can't find it. You had a T3, 15K, no box and papers. You had a rose gold, black forge, carbon, rubber clad. You got 37,000 for that. Okay. Look, it's one of these things. It's one thing. You can see high prices. It doesn't mean they're worth that. Something's only worth what someone will pay for it. The other thing you sold was a that was APs. You sold those. The other thing was ArchieLuxury. Okay, ArchieLuxury Master Compressor, Diving Pro, Geographic, Rose Gold Automatic. This one I had a bloodbath on. Was in Hong Kong to secure a new client, which was to bring in a few. Well, let's not mention the amount. Big profit, and secured it and. In profit and secured it and signed the contract. So in celebration, walking past TST, Tim Sim Sui, that's the it's near Champagne Court there. We stopped in the JLC store. I saw this piece and I looked it up on the phone to find out it was a new release. It was an AD, so the retail price was a tad over 400,000 Hong Kong. So I went to HSBC and withdrew it. I never wore the damn thing and decided to get rid of it. I started asking 37,000, then 35, ended up dumping it for 18. Ooh, yes. Oh, that's savage. ArchieLuxury, I tell you what, they can be vicious. Some of the master compressor especially can be vicious. Some of the reversos, you know, you sometimes you're safest just buying a reverso big size, grand size in steel. That's probably your safer bet there. Okay, you also in Rolex, you sold off an Arabic dial ice blue face platinum presidential, sold it to a buddy for 40k cash, and he agreed if I wanted it back and he was into selling it, he would honor that price, assuming it didn't go lower. For your information, I dearly missed this one. Anyways, as you can see, I lost a bit on most. Took a bath on the JLC and made a bit of scratch on the platinum presidential because I bought it secondhand for 35. There you go, buddy. We'll continue to enjoy your vids, and you will be hearing from me soon after for another review. See attached to today's Sky Dweller I got from an AD in Vegas. I paid 35 before taxes, but I love it big time. She also threw in a Rolex hat. Glamorous and shiny. Yes, well, there you go. Look, you know, the big thing is, I think the thing is reading between the lines here. Sometimes in life, John, you're a larger than life character. You make gigantic money, and sometimes you buy high, you sell low. I mean, it's kind of, you know, it's the economic cycle. So I wouldn't be too hard on yourself. I mean, hey, it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. So look, I gotta say, a lot of those pieces there, a lot of dealers want big money, but if you turn up to sell them, they're not going to give you big money. It's the difference between secondhand sticker, and secondhand what they actually will pay for them. What do I think there? Look, I think in life, you know, watches themselves there, you can only do the best you can at that point in time. I mean, there's many pieces I've foolishly sold. I mean, in my case there, I had a 1016 L serial number. I sold it to The Hammer, a guy called The Hammer on Time Zone. The Mafia stole it, and I think I sold it for about 7,500 Aussie, which this was 20 years ago. Now that thing's worth 30,000 Aussie. You know, I mean, hey, I had 1680s. I sold them cheap. I had a a Prince, the Doctor's original, 1930s, 1920s, 1930s Doctor's watch. I sold that, 6,500. That's to a dealer. I thought I was King Kafoops. And, it's probably, a lot of these things are worth a lot more money. Some things I sold have tanked. The way I kind of look at it is, hey, I got a world time. I'm wearing a two-tone Daytona. Life isn't that bad. That's kind of how you look at it. I mean, a good friend of mine, I was looking after that Mercedes, the 230 SL. I could have bought it for 45 Aussie in 2009. And, that car now is going for $250,000. Okay, this one wasn't perfect. Okay, high 175, 180. That's what, that's kind of what they're pulling. That was I could have bought that. There's a lot of things in life you look at and say, oh, if only. Well, there are other things that you're lucky you didn't buy. It's sort of, sometimes it's easy to remember that you can see the failings, but other times you think, it's a difficult thing. Life is difficult. It is not easy. Life isn't easy. It can be very difficult. And I mean, hey, with the watch collection you've got, John, hey, who really, it's life isn't that bad. It's been rather generous. You're alive. You got your health. That is the most important things. Everything else is kind of secondary. It's like real estate. You look at real estate. I mean, if you go back to, 50 years ago, a lot of this real estate you could have bought for pennies in the dollar compared to today. But hey, you got to wait that time. That's why it's good to be a vampire. If you're a vampire, you can buy things and hold on, and it's very cool. If you can be a vampire, they kind of live forever. Hey, that's the best way to be. In my case there, it's kind of, I love my paddock. I think my world time makes up for all of my horological mistakes. Things I sold off that I should never have fucking sold off. I have so many stories about fish that got away. I remember 2002, I was working for this watch dealer in Bangkok, and he had a prototype Panerai. It was a salesman's sample, and it had a black dial fitted and a spare white dial. It was a sample. I mean, a prototype Panerai. What do you when the Panerai craze went ballistic, $250,000, and I could have bought that for low 20s, 20 Aussie, not US, 20 Aussie. But I didn't have the 20 grand then. It could have been $1 million at the time. I didn't have access to that money. And it's one of these things, all of this stuff, it's very, very hard to predict. If you've got a few beautiful baubles, that's all that really matters. I mean, who could have predicted modern Rolex going through the roof? The Batman, a modern Rolex. It's crazy. So don't be too hard. I've made a fuckload of silly mistakes. A fuckload. More mistakes than successes, let me say that. But that's life. That's how it goes. And I've enjoyed many wonderful things. I've fucked some beautiful bitches in my time. Life's good. I've fucked some beautiful bitches. I've enjoyed lovely food, crab claw and prawns and oysters. I've drunk expensive wine and expensive scotch, and all the rest of the money I wasted. But that's how life is. You got to enjoy these things, and at the end of the day, if you think, fuck, I've tasted this, I've had this pussy, I've had that pussy, this pussy, that pussy. Life isn't too bad. It isn't too bad. If you had a few pussies and you've had some seafood, and that's what you want. Don't beat yourself up. I got a good friend of mine, super collector friend of mine. and he had shares which he sold off as a deposit for his house. So I'll just tell you the story. Sure enough, if he still had those shares, they'd be worth about $3 million. Okay, you understand? It's how can you honestly, it's all very good to crystal ball gauge. Hey, life is like that. It's like that. I mean, you're alive, you can fuck bitches. That's all that matters. I'm Paul Pluta. This has been a follow-up to John. I'll put a link to his video there. Have a link. And hey man, as long as you're rich, as long as you got fun tickets, you can fuck pussies, who cares? So guys, I'm Paul Pluta. Please remember, like, subscribe, tell your fuckwit friends, and put some negative comments down below. How stupid have you been in collecting? Which ones did you sell off? And don't forget nasty comments, and also tell your friends. Okay guys, Paul Pluta signing out. Hey guys, it's Paul Pluta. Paul Pluta, the method actor who plays ArchieLuxury. Hey guys, one of the ways that I raise funds... Oh, quick wristwatch check. Wristwatch checks I invented. I'm wearing a Milgauss. Guys, one of the ways that I stay full-time on YouTube is by doing paid reviews. Paid reviews. Basically, guys, what happens is you simply PayPal me $50 US, send me a description of your collection. Also send me a low res 1024 by 768, no larger than that because it clogs my mailbox. Send me some low res photos and I'll do a collection review. I'll also suggest which pieces you should get rid of, which pieces you should add, and I'll tell you what I think of your collection. So guys, check out the Paul Pluta channel. It's $50 US for a paid review. Now guys, if you are struggling, if you are fuck this, fuck die, and money is really tight, I'll do it cheaper. $30 if you're impoverished, if you're a teacher, if you are struggling to survive, a student, if you're unemployed, if you're just going through a big divorce and it's gone messy. You do anything, I'll do it cheap. I'll discount the rate, but you better have a good fucking reason, because if I find you trying to stiff me, I'll be really fucking angry, and I'll give you a really angry. Well, actually, that could encourage people to do that. Yes, I gotta tell you guys. The other thing I'm doing is, guys, I got in-character paid reviews. $100 US. $100 US if you want Satan DeVille to review your collection. $100 US if you want Captain Shitter to review your collection. We've also got other characters, Daryl the plumber, and we've also got Trev the ANZ bank guy. So guys, if you want an in-character paid review, 100 smackaroonies. Obviously guys, also extra donations and extras and premium reviews are $200 US. Premium, you've got the word premium in the review. Now guys, when I do the review, you must tell me whether it's okay or not. If you want your name in the title, tell me. If you want your name, ArchieLuxury or Archibald Chesterfield, in the title, tell me you want it in the title and I'll put it in the title, because sometimes often people, they want their friends and other people to see that they've actually had the prestige of a paid review on the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, this video is on the ArchieLuxury channel. It's also on the Paul Pluta channel. Make sure, if you all haven't seen my Paul Pluta channel, jump across. I got a couple channels. Look at the side. I got ArchieLuxury live streaming. That's where all my live streaming videos are. It's my weekly Friday night and Saturday night. I do live streaming. It's American times because that's the biggest market, fuckers. I've also got Paul Pluta channel paid reviews and general watch content. I got ArchieLuxury corporate. It's my more professional, well actually they're not that professional, it's my more focused wristwatch content videos, so that's a good thing to watch. The other thing I do is too, fuckaroonies, the other thing I do too is I've also got, so we've got Paul Pluta channel, we've got ArchieLuxury channel, ArchieLuxury's general debauchery, Paul Pluta is paid watch reviews and watch content. ArchieLuxury Corporate is more professional videos. We've got ArchieLuxury live streaming, and we got the QR rail fail, because those sons of bitches, they deserve a good kick up the fucking ass. I ain't going away. I got a channel just to get those cunts some payback. Those sons of bitches wanted to jail me. Well, I ain't fucking disappearing. So, guys, that's the way it is. It's all happening. ArchieLuxury, Paul Pluta, ArchieLuxury Corporate, sign up to all of them. Please do that and get a paid review done. And you just enjoy it. It'll be fantastic, and your life will be so cool. Paul Pluta, signing out, fuckers.